What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican, a doubleheader here. And I want to get back on topic and back on track to, women, hypergamy, all this type of stuff. And, some experiences I've made recently with women have brought me to a new hypothesis and theory, which is that, well, it's actually not new, but hypergamy is limiting, and it's been said before that, like, estrogen, we're not going to equate estrogen to hypergamy, but we do equate estrogen to women, is a sexual limiter slash inhibitor, and testosterone is something that is a sexual, enhancer slash propeller. I don't know what you want to call it. It's something that increases sexual desire and whatnot. Um, Hypergamy works the same way, I think, in my humble opinion. Hypergamy is a limiter, it's a restrictor, because hypergamy, the foundation of hypergamy, is basically security and safety. And safety and security means not doing anything new, not doing anything adventurous or dangerous. Um, you know, just it goes with the slow and steady. To say that hypergamy, the foundation of hypergamy, is to just want to marry up, is oversimplistic to the point of being almost ridiculously dumb. No, hypergamy is all about safety and security, and that's the biological nature of women based off hypergamy. So when a woman wants to marry up, which is correct, it is partial explanation, which is partially correct. That marrying up is about security. It's about financial provisioning or physical provisioning, and the more a man can provide, then of course the more security she has. Now we understand how quick the tables can turn on a man, and so this isn't necessarily an absolute truth, but we never said hypergamy was intelligent. We never said. I actually said hypergamy is quite dumb. Anyway, moving on. I came to the conclusion after some online conversations with Becky and Ling Ling, and just some observations in daily life, that men will always dominate all gender landscapes between the two genders. It's just we have to, and that's because of hypergamy. See, here's the thing: because hypergamy demands security, it also demands that risk taking is limited. Men are the opposite. Men are curious, which leads to exploratory type behavior, which leads to, of course, aggression. Because when you think about inquisitive and exploratory type behavior, it is a type of aggression. It doesn't have to be like a type of aggression from the rawest form and understanding that most people have, where it's like, I'm gonna kill this one or not. No, but if you're going to penetrate into new territory, let's say you're an old school tribe and you see some territory and it's unexplored, it is a type of aggression to go into that territory, because whoever goes there has to understand that he might face another tribe, he might face hostile animals that are protected territory. No matter what, it's a penetrating type of personality slash mentality that is at its core aggressive, and that's not a problem. Women, on the other hand, because of hypergamy, are going to follow the beaten path. She's going to set up camp where men set up camp. She's not going to go out into the bush on her own with a spear and a bow and arrow, unless she has to, thinking, I need to set up a camp, find a place or whatever else. What am I going to go kill? And let's go see what we can find. That's not the nature of women. A man goes, he sets up a new territory, a new tribe, whatever else. And then a woman's like, oh, wow, look, security, provisioning, a fire, a hut. Holy smokes, this guy is a boss. He's even got a freaking horse and a cow. What do you think she's going to do? She's going to set up with him. But she's not going to go out and set that up herself. There's no historical precedence for it. There's no contemporary precedence for it. And it's the same thing in STEM field. This is what they're always trying to push women into STEM, but they don't. It's like they're ignoring female biology, which is hypergamy. Women, and I say it all the time, and I don't mean it in an insulting way when I say women are dumb. What I'm talking about is this right here. And I said that statement. I have to admit, I said it and I didn't truly understand it. And now I understand it. Hypergamy causes women to follow the beaten path. So here's the thing. A man will explore a hypothesis or a theory that he has no idea is going to profit or benefit him in the future. Or, in the near future or long-term future. We have the classic example of Nikolai Tesla. He will follow ideas or a concept, singular or plural, and he will follow it with an extreme passion to the point of poverty that it'll drive him to insanity and death. Look at what's his name? Cut off his ear, Van Gogh. Same thing. This is not a passion that women have a precedence of displaying at any time in human history. And if they do, then you're bringing me the exception. You're not going to bring me the norm. This is the norm for men. Men will die. Who's the guy who, he's a European. What was his name? I forgot his name. Karen Strawn just did a whole piece on him. She talked about it. He was the one who came up with basically the concept of washing your hands and cross contamination in hospitals. And they put him in an insane asylum, and they beat him to death because he held the idea that cross contamination was real, that you had to wash your hands between patients. And he held to that idea until his death. And now his entire concept, his entire idea is taught as a basis and foundation, from medicine to food handling to whatever else. You do not cross contaminate. But that man was beat to death for holding that idea. He didn't give it up. He could have just said, you know what, you guys are right, and they'd let him go, and he could have gone back to his life. Show me where a woman in history has done that. They don't do it. They take the safe path. So when a man develops new sciences, he pursues it with a passion, with that curious type of aggression that he doesn't lose unless he changes the idea or he finds out that it's wrong. And then women capable of studying, we're not saying that they're dumb in the point that they can't learn. That's not what I'm saying when I say they're stupid. But what do? They follow the beaten path. Now it's a branch of science. I see that money can be made in that particular branch or field. Let me go study it. This is a variation of hypergamy. She's studying what she understands, knows will make her money in the future, which leads to what? Security. Hypergamy is based upon security and safety. Men don't have this limiting factor. We just go for it. So, men will always dominate landscapes, regardless of what feminists want. Even feminism is based off of hypergamy. It's making demands for things, safety and security, safe zones. Don't manspread, don't mansplain, don't do this, don't leer at me. Wanting to feel safe, this consistent and constant victim mentality. And what does a victim want? They want to feel safe. They want to feel secure wherever they go. And the world's not a safe space. This is why men are always going to dominate and rule. Because we are not limited by hypergamy, aka by our biology. It's just a conclusion I came to reading comments, like I said, dealing with Becky and Ling Ling, and observing women in my environment and how they behave. And yeah, it's a conclusion I came to. Let me know if you disagree. This is just something I came up with. I might be wrong. I can't claim it entirely for my own. Of course, I probably read something somewhere in it. It's been running around in the back of my head somewhere, and it's just like all clicked together, through observation. But that's what I've come up with. Anyway, this is your man, Abuamerican. Catch me on Steam, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Abuamerican. I am out.